Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for episode 4 of our 8-episode series with Cooking Matters. Today's episode, we're going to be focusing on drinking to your health. So, going over some tasty, lower sugar choices for kids and caregivers when it comes to beverages. And our goals are going to be on the right-hand side. So, we're going to be discussing how sugary drinks impact you and your child's health, how you can make healthy beverages at home, and how to identify sugar on a nutrition facts panel. So let's start off with a quick question. So what beverages does your family like to drink? The most common answers I've found are milk, juice, and soda. The reason why we drink beverages in terms of nutrition is to hydrate or make sure our bodies are getting enough water. Kids need water for recharging after sports, activities, and playtime. And often our beverages that we're consuming do contain water, but they also may contain a lot of sugar. So let's look at per serving what this could look like for some beverages that we drink. So let's just go over this slide really quick. So per serving, some cranberry cocktail, so a glass of cranberry juice, would have 8 grams of added sugar. So that's about 2 teaspoons, which is kind of a lot. Chocolate milk has 10 grams of added sugar, and that's 2.5 teaspoons. And then cola, so like a Coke, is going to have 55 grams of added sugar. So that's about 13.75 of a tablespoon. So that's a lot of added sugar. So it's important to remember that packages are designed to make you think that the drinks are more nutritious than they really are. For example, showing pictures of fruit using terms like organic or natural. And it's super important to look at the sugar content on the nutrition facts label. That's really the only way to know just how sugary that beverage is. So for our recipe demonstration, we're going to be using this cran raspberry juice. It's 100% juice and it says no sugar added, which is a great sign, but you can still see on the nutrition facts label that there's still a pretty significant amount of sugar just from the fruit. But it's great that there's no added sugar. So that's what you really want to be focusing on, because there's going to be sugar in the beverage if you're having like a juice, for example, just because there is fruit sugar in the fruit juice that you're consuming. But if there's no added sugar, that's going to be the best sign of a great choice for a juice. So let's make a healthy drink. So I'm going to stop sharing this slide and I'm going to set up our station. So today we're making a raspberry lime fizz. So this is a great drink to, spice up just a regular glass of water. It's a great substitute for like a sugary beverage of any sort, whether that's just plain juice or like a soda or something. It's also a really great substitute for like a punch at parties. So if you're throwing like a birthday party or something, you can make a big vat of this. It's really tasty. And also cutting the juice with some water is a great way to cut down on costs, because you save money by stretching out the juice for a longer period of time, and also is a great way to reduce sugar. So just a great recipe overall. All right, so it's going to be a quick recipe, but it's still super important. So the recipe calls for 1 cup of cran raspberry juice, 4 cups of seltzer water. We're just using this Pellegrino. You can use whatever water you want as long as it's sparkling, or you can just use regular water. It's going to taste great. And then a large lime. So I don't have a pitcher on hand, so I'm just going to use this mason jar and just cut all the ingredients in half. You can also multiply the ingredients by however many servings you want. This is going to give you probably about like 2 to 3 servings, but say if you were making it for a punch, you could just like increase everything by 3 or 4 to make enough for your party. So we're going to start with 2 cups of this seltzer water, because again, we're cutting the recipe in half. So we're just going to do 2 cups. And also, like, this doesn't have to be so precise. If you find that your kids will drink this with a little more juice in it, that's fine. Or if you want to even cut down on the sugar even more, you can decrease the amount of juice. And then we're gonna add in a half a cup of this cran raspberry juice. Cup. And then we're just gonna squeeze some lime in it to give it a more refreshing taste. And then for me, I like my drinks cold, so I'm gonna add some ice. I was just thinking to myself how I needed to drink more water today, so perfect. And then once you have all the ingredients, you want to give it a good stir just to get everything mixed up nicely. And there you have it. So this whole cup just has a half a cup of this juice in it. So like that's going to stretch you for much longer than just a half a cup of the juice would. And it's going to be more hydrating, less sugar, just overall a great option. Let's give it a taste. It's so good. It's so refreshing. Can't wait to drink that later. All right, so let's get back to the PowerPoint. So this was the recipe that we made. This will be found on our resources tab or website. So feel free to make this. If you want to try out something new, you can also substitute it for any other juice. Like if you want to use apple juice or just regular cranberry juice, orange juice, and you can add lime, lemon, whatever you want. So kind of make it your own, which is really fun. So let's go over some questions. So what makes it hard for your family to drink water or other healthy beverages more often? So the most common theme that I found is that kids just are like, oh, water is boring. And they think that like juice or soda tastes better. So by making the drink at home, you can provide them with a fun, interactive, and tasty recipe to try. So for example, the raspberry lime fizz, you can make that with them. And when kids are involved in the cooking process, they're more likely to eat more of what they made. And this goes for drinks as well. So if you make it kind of an interactive lesson, they're going to be like, oh, I can't wait to drink this because I made it. So that could be a way to increase, healthy beverage consumption by just making it at home together. And so what beverages does your family like to drink? Oops, actually, we already went through that. There we go. What's happening over here? All right, so what ideas have you used in your household to switch to lower sugar beverages? So think about some things or ideas that you have used yourself. What ideas have worked? What ideas haven't worked? I'm going to go over some additional tips to aid in that transition from, sugary beverages to non-sugar or reduced sugar beverages. So for you as a caregiver, you can reduce the amount of sugar you add to your coffee, tea, or other drinks, just 1 packet at a time. So say if you are adding 4 sugar packets to your coffee, just go down to 3 and see if you can get used to that taste, and then eventually decrease it down to like 1 or 2. So try to wean kids off of high sugar drinks. So mix water with fruit flavored juices, and over time you can gradually increase the amount of water and decrease the amount of juice in the mixture. So kind of what I was mentioning before, make it interactive, and you can kind of, once they get used to that watered down juice, maybe just decrease the juice even more. Make sugar sweetened beverages like soda for special occasions only. So this could be at a birthday party or long road trips. Make it a special occasion, make it that kids aren't expecting like a soda every day. And be a good role model. So if kids are seeing you drinking and enjoying more water yourself, they'll get the message that sugar sweetened beverage are not everyday drinks, and that water should be the prime beverage consumed. You can also make fun ice cubes with kids that have a little lemon or lime juice in it and some frozen berries. They look great and add interest to water. So what you can do is just take a normal ice cube tray and have you and your kid put like one raspberry in each little container, or squeeze a little bit of lime or lemon, or put some lemon zest in all of those little ice cube containers. So then when they're frozen, so if you put a berry in, you're taking it out and the berry is in that ice cube. So if you put it in a glass of water, you're going to be able to see the berry in the ice, and it's very fun. So that could get kids more excited to drink some water. And then you can freeze water into popsicle molds, because even if it's just water in the popsicle or like a squeeze of lemon or lime, it's still more fun to eat it as popsicle than drink water. So some overall tips to drink to your health. So drink more water and low sugary drinks to encourage healthy habits and save money. You can also make tasty drinks at home with a few ingredients commonly found in the WIC package. And making drinks at home can be a fun activity to do together. So I want you to set a goal, start small. So choose one thing you'd like to try this week. So maybe decreasing the amount of sugar in your coffee, or trying out a new recipe, or making those ice cubes. So once it's a habit and your kids get on board, pick another thing that you'd like to try. And it's important to remember that setbacks will happen. So it's not all or nothing. So say we have a few weeks that it goes off course, and you haven't made the beverage, or you haven't made the ice cubes. That's okay. Just try to get on track whenever you can. So you can download the Cooking Matters app for more recipes. You can check them out on social media, or go to their website, cookingmatters.org, for more recipes. And they also have tips and videos about saving time, money, and handling feeding challenges, which can be very challenging as a parent. So thank you so much for attending. This is episode 4 of our 8-episode series. So feel free to follow along for the next couple episodes. They're going to be focusing on different topics, so you can learn a lot in a short amount of time. So thanks so much.